Federal Drive is presented by GEHA, Government Employees Health Association, proudly providing health and dental benefits to federal employees and their families. Visit GEHA.com.
The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency doesn't want to leave companies hanging when they reach out with a bold new innovation or tech development. So CISA this month unveiled its industry engagement platform, where people can sign up to communicate directly with agency officials. For more on the new platform, Federal News Network's Justin Doubleday spoke with the Chief Information Officer at CISA, Bob Costello.
We want, deep engagement with the private sector, technology innovators, and it can sometimes be honestly hard to schedule meetings with the government or share what you've been working on. So we started earlier this year with an initiative to ease that process, but also provide us a way to track internally what's been shared with us, how do we schedule meetings, and honestly, back to just relationship management, who have we talked to at these companies and the products that we've seen. So it does start with an external portal where people can sign up for essentially a CISA account. And this does also feed into our new model of eventually you will only have to have one account to work with CISA. Whether you're one of our cyber hygiene partners or trying to work with us from industry engagement, we're getting to the point where, that will be a single interface. And then from there, you go through an information collection process that's quite easy. We tried to use kind of like the design format that's used when we now all do our taxes online. It's very easy to fill out different blocks and the information requested. And it even gives industry, the capability to suggest meeting times when they're available. And then on the back end, we can actually do analytics on all this data, but also the system will help schedule the meetings and do a whole bunch of other things to make sure that the right people are on the call for when it occurs.
Yeah, and this seems much more dynamic than the traditional way that the government does this sort of engagement through RFIs or through industry days, which obviously are often just kind of single point in time engagements. Mm-hmm. How do you see that helping to advance CISA's mission and what you're doing with technology specifically?
Well, and I think you brought up a great point. Industry days are wonderful. RFIs serve a very strong purpose to, we're going out there, give us your ideas. We can get them out very quickly. I see this as an augmentation to those other methods of working with us. What we really want to encourage is, first, I'm a strong believer, CIOs have to be in the customer service industry. We run service desks, help desks. When industry reaches out, there's nothing worse than when a customer reaches out and it goes into a mailbox. Someone accidentally misses it. It doesn't get tracked. What this allows us to do on our side is be good stewards of that. So when people reach out, we're able to fully track it. It also helps us help vendors as well, too, so that they're not reaching out to 18 different parts of the agency, having to meet with 18 different parts to share their ideas. I do see it as advancing our transparency and accessibility to working with us, which I think are very key initiatives. So much innovation happens in the private sector as well as in, research labs and elsewhere. But we really want to hear from all those innovators that maybe sometimes just don't even know how to contact us. Big companies, they know how to find us. But you have a great idea and maybe you're a small 4-person shop. It can be intimidating figuring out how to contact a government agency and request a meeting to show them what you've invented, or actually have had great success in the commercial sector, but are trying to break into the government sector.
Yeah, and as far as what industry should know about engaging with this platform, is there anything specific that you want to highlight as far as the capabilities or what folks should know about using it?
We definitely want to refer people. If you Google it, doing business with CISA, kind of pulls up the webpage and we have all the instructions on there. We also want feedback too. We kind of consider this version like 1.0. We did some good testing with it and worked with a lot of different groups, but we want industry to come back and say, hey, maybe if you made this change, it would be a little bit easier. But that doing business with CISA website has extensive information on how you can interact with us, see upcoming RFPs that are posted on the department's advanced acquisition forecast system, and it'll talk you through all the steps to start using the system, very rapidly.
As far as some of the initial areas of interest for CISA, I know that your press release listed different things like IT and security controls, data analytics, communications technologies. Anything specific that you would want to highlight, especially in your role as the CIO and what you're looking to do with technology transformation at CISA?
Sure. And I think, just echoing Acting Director Scott McCullough's press release, you hit on them: data analytics, post-quantum, artificial intelligence of all flavors. We're very interested in what's occurring in the private sector. Some of the other areas I'm particularly interested in, we are always trying to find new ways to get things in our customers' hands or the operators' hands faster. So there's a lot of good work being done on, testing, automated testing of IT solutions, automated or AI-based, red teaming of systems is very interesting to us. And not just vulnerability scanning, but helping to determine if your system or asset is actually vulnerable to the vulnerability that's being disclosed, or if you have other compensating controls in place that make it so that patching within 10 minutes is not really required because you're not vulnerable to this unless all these other things are actually checked off. And that's kind of like the next generation of understanding how we do vulnerability management.
And you mentioned that on the back end, you could do some data analytics with some of the information that is taken in from this platform. Do you have any more you can share there just about what type of data you might be interested in as far as just the business and the industry side of this?
Yeah. So on our side, when people sign up, we learn a little bit about their company. So we'll be able to, in time, produce, metrics like we've talked to people in this type of technology sector, like artificial intelligence, cybersecurity tooling. And one of our other ways is we really want to make things not just easier for industry to work with us, but we want to really make it smoother on our side. And you can imagine how laborious it is. Like a vendor contacts us, it goes into a mailbox, a human takes that, tries to schedule a meeting with 10 different groups. That's a lot of hours spent on work that could be better spent for the American people by that federal employee or the group doing it. So I think what we're going to see first and foremost is hopefully shifting to the left, or a shorter time period from when a vendor contacts us expressing interest in the scheduling of that meeting, because we have the system kind of handling all of that. And I think in time, we'll be able to build, a better, these are all kind of CRM-based tools, customer relationship management tooling, who we're interacting with, how often we've talked to a vendor, and that can help tracking over time. Sometimes we get a briefing and it can be a little like Shark Tank. Maybe we're interested, maybe one group's interested, or we see something here, but it's not quite ready for an investment. Come back and talk to us in 6 months. And then we're able to actually kind of track that progress in the system as well, too. So I think that's very helpful overall, and that whole business relationship that we have with industry.
That's Bob Costello, CIO at the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, speaking with Federal News Network's Justin Doubleday. You can find Justin's story at federalnewsnetwork.com.